What up? It's Exclusive Dynasty Man, and I'm just reviewing this Sacramento Kings and Golden State Warriors NBA playoff series first round. And in my opinion, this series is over. The Warriors evened it up and they're fighting back, but they're just they're in over their head, and it's crazy to think that from like a championship level team. But this is the worst possible matchup the Warriors could have got, and they know it. They know it. This is the worst to get matched up with the Kings. The Kings are like, the Kings are like a young version. They're like an even younger version of the Warriors. Now, not fully to that level. I'm not going to give them all that. You can't disrespect the Warriors to that level because I'm not going to put their shooting up there. No, of course not. But as far as playing the right way, being deep, everybody all bought in, no egos, very talented. They're like, it's like a mirror image of the Warriors, and the advantage that the Kings have is just their size, man, on the perimeter. The Warriors' strength is their perimeter shooting, of course, and the threat that it poses to the other team, which occasionally allows them to be active, going to the basket. But all of that is by way of the threat of their shot-making ability. That's where any and all of that comes from. And them being that type of team, and they're facing a bunch of wings that probably are average height of like 6'8". They're all young, they're all long, they're all bought in, and they're all willing to grind it out on defense, and they have infinite energy with their age. And that's what I mean when I bring up this being the worst possible matchup for Golden State. That this is why. Their point guard is the exact same height as Steph, who's more athletic. This is a nightmare matchup for the Warriors. It's the worst possible matchup for them, and I knew it soon as I saw the seeding. I was like, oh, they got problems. They got problems. The Kings they are a jump shooting team too. They can shoot the ball. Barnes is a decent shooter, even though he missed that game winner. He should have made that, but they can shoot. Harrison can shoot. Kevin Huerter can shoot. Keegan, the rookie, can shoot. They're all huge, and this is what I mean. Even with Warriors getting these two wins, their last win, what was the final score? 125 to 126. Come on, man. You're squeaking out must-win games. That's a must-win game from you, and you're squeezing it out by 1 point against this team when they have you on your heels to begin with. That's not a good sign at all. Not at all. That's on the road. That's at your house. You guys the Warriors haven't been able to win on the road all year. And now they're going to find themselves in Sacramento with arguably, they got to be the loudest crowd in the NBA. I'm not going to lie. Like, I heard a couple game winners. I was watching highlights of a game winner from Kevin Huerter. And, bro, when he hit that shot, I have never, in the 30 years of watching NBA basketball, heard a crowd erupt like that. Bro, it sounded like the roof just blew completely off of that building. Like, they went crazy. You can hear the crowd. Listen to the crowd, bro. So when you got a young, grinding team like that, that's successful, all bought in, no egos, just like the Warriors, and you got a raging crowd like that behind them, and you're an old veteran team at this point. I mean, yeah, they have some youth, but their firepower is with their veterans, and you're matched up against that, a hungry team that knows they can hang with you, and not only knows they can hang with you at this point, but knows they can get the upper hand on you like this and be in control of the series, and they're going back home. You just evened up the series, and now the ball's back in your court. It's problems, man. I don't see the Warriors winning this series. I got the Kings winning this in 7 games. The Warriors are gonna fight because they have to. I mean, it's their reputation. They're not the type of team that can just. They can't be getting swept in gentlemen's sweeps and losing even 2 straight to this young team. This team is too young. They have to. They can't just get blown out of the water. So they got to show up. They got to show up, or else it's just a bad look. It's just like, they don't want to be having people in the off season talking about is Steph done, or should he retire because they couldn't come through because they got blown out of the water by a baby, inexperienced Kings team. No, they're gonna come back and they're gonna fight. So I believe they're gonna get another game, but I believe this series is over. I believe the Kings are gonna take this series. They just, man, at the end of the day, they're just a bad matchup. They got no advantage. Even when you look up and down the roster and you get to beyond that, you look at the coaching. It's just like, damn, they don't have an advantage there. They got Mike Brown. They're going against Mike Brown, who was their assistant for so many years, and he knows the Warriors like the back of his hand. So what's gonna happen? There's no advantage there. So the Warriors are in a fight, and I know they are, and I strongly believe, ever from day one in seeing the seedings, I strongly believe they feared the Kings from jump. They had to. This matchup is terrible for Golden State. I mean, it's terrible. It's like they're facing their young selves in a different form. Can't stop De'Aaron Fox. I mean, you really, as good as and I don't want to disrespect the Warriors defensively, but as good as Draymond is defensively, and as good as Wiggins is defensively, them two alone, they're not enough to offset the Kings' offensive attack. They're just not. They're too young. They're too talented. I mean, dude, Kevin Huerter, he's my. De'Aaron Fox and Kevin Huerter are my 2 favorite players now. Kevin Huerter really hasn't shown up in this playoffs. I don't know what he's doing, but have you seen his game? If you watch Kevin Huerter's highlights, watch some games where he goes off. In that 2021 playoff series, he dropped 30 on Seth Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Tobias Harris like it was nothing. Just going shot for shot with all 3 of them. I mean, breaking them, like crossing them, jab steps, behind the back dribbles to pull-ups and step back pull-ups, just going down so clean. And he's like their 4th option scorer for Sacramento. And like I said, he hasn't really shown up that big yet. He's had a couple 15, 16-point games, but this dude is capable of going for 30. Like, his offensive game is polished. And they got him with Fox. You have no answer for Fox. I mean, you're doing good trying to contain him, but he draws way too much attention, my man. Like, bro draws way too much attention. His penetration threat that just leaves the whole squad wide open. It's too much. I'm just being honest with you. It's too much at this point for Golden State, in my personal opinion. So, in my personal opinion, I got the Warriors taking this in 7, but we'll see. I'm gonna get at y'all. It's exclusive. Adios.